Dragons of Histh script, Take 4, Act 1A. Backgrounder describes events that took place in 1911 Cultus Creek. Corpse and a crime scene. Camera on the victim sprawled in a bush beside North Road zooms out, revealing the two characters inspecting the crime. These are Amos Histh, inventor and farmer, and Monsignor Robert Lamb, financier to the church. A.H. Sorry I couldn't come sooner, but I lost your message in my notes. R.L. No problem, Histh. I've called for your assistance because we know you're an expert on radionic sulfur research. A.H. So what have you found? R.L. There are two sets of ectoplasmic footprints in the bush, running parallel to the road. One set wanders onto the road where the entity probably made contact with the victim. A.H. Two entities? R.L. Two sets of child's footprints. After the first entity returned whence she came, the second ghost child came out. A.H. Ghost twin girls? Was there the usual signs of an involuntary hosting? R.L. Yes and yes. There were traces of perfume mixed in with the ectoplasmic dust. A.H. Ah, I can see where the ghost seized the victim's arm by the heavy layer of dust, just above the deformation. Camera pans on a man's arm, abruptly melting into a girl's delicate wrist and hand. R.L. Death was from heart failure. Thankfully, it was over quickly. A.H. Yeah, it appears the second ghost girl was inexperienced at remolding a host body to her own image. This is her second attempt, isn't it? R.L. One seems to lure the victim to the other, more deadly one. The two investigators march back into North Road, where the camera looks down to the intersection where the hotel stands, which is where the next scene takes place. Act 1B, the locals in the Cultus Creek hotel scene. Camera is on one end of room where sits Ollie Winkworth, farmer, and Charlie Miller, farmer, around a wood stove. Hattie Lucky, postmistress, comes up to the men with her mugs of coffee. O.W. So any news about what's been going on lately? H.L. Amos Histh was seen in the company of that priest near Orphan's Lane this morning. Rumor has it they found another deformed body in the bush. C.M. No doubt they're already buried the poor soul in an unmarked grave in the graveyard. H.L. Aye, most likely. Things haven't been the same since Histh met up with that priest. O.W. Years back you could look up in the night skies, comet showers without the flashes and thunder as an encore. C.M. The soul train, as me old marm used to call it. The infernal contraption on the old Armstrong farm seems to shred it to pieces each night these days. O.W. Leastways, as I can recall, that streamer of lights never caused any harm to us locals in the past. H.L. It all changed after that priest lent Amos the money to build his soul slinger. O.W. Rumor says the church has taken an interest in Cultus Creek's little astronomical phenomena. Aliens in Shag Harbor and holy ack-ack guns in Cultus Creek. C.M. I doubt, however, they thought they'd be getting murdering ghosts as part of the deal. Camera pans over to a window where we see a big yellow warehouse with piles of sulfur beside it. The old Cultus Creek sulfur mines. Interior of Cultus Creek sulfur mine scene. Act 1, DC. Camera on the two characters in the warehouse. One is Brazier the Dragon, head of the cooperative Claws, and the other is Herman Histh, the nephew of Amos Histh, the one who has been causing such trouble for the Claws organization. Only Brazier's head makes an appearance. H.H. My uncle is having difficulty repaying the loan Monsignor Lamb obtained for him. B. What concern of that is mine? Your uncle and you have made a merry mess of my transport convoys. H.H. If the loan defaults, Lamb's business partners get the Histh farm. If they get the Histh farm, they get the Soul Slinger. B. So? H.H. The device is not yet operating at full capacity. That woman you sent to divert my uncle has seen to that. B. Isabella? Or should we say Mrs. Amos Histh? H.H. Whatever. However, if our family loses control of the machine, it stands to reason the new owners, Lamb's superiors, will prove a far more serious enemy to you than we are. B. Actually, after my main convoys return in the next few months, mortals will hear no more of us for nearly the next decade. However, I'm listening. H.H. It was Isabella who told me about you, Claws, the true nature of the soul trains, in the Aurora Plains. She suggested I join your organization, and Claws would ensure my uncle's loan would be repaid. B. A double agent? Sounds interesting. You do realize that Claws employees like Isabella are not what they appear to be? H.H. I gathered that when you made your entrance. I've thought over this last night and am ready. B. No backing out once the deal is done, you realize. H.H. Let's get this over with. If you please, Mr. Brazier. B. As you wish, Mr. Histh. Come over here, will you please, Miss Grinelda, and let's induct our young mortal friend here into your fraternity. Camera switches to view a fanged dragoness biting down on Herman's arm. H.H. Oh. B. Unfortunately, there are no jobs remaining in the long-haul division. All I have is one position left with our dragonesses who handle the short regional flights in the area. Bubble, bubbling blood. B. You now have the same curse in you that made Grinelda and Isabella dragon damsels. Don't try to break the curse, because at this stage you'll be broadly shocked at the results. As the skin changes and things begin to transform and split open as rubies spill out of his ear. And that is Act 1, A, B, and C.